All right, Toby, you're up.
We're up, we're ready to go. All right, we're back at Hoagie's Garage for a special night tonight. But before we get to that, we're going to start with the sponsors real fast. Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Houston Speedway, Turn 2 Lodge, literally what it says. There's a place to stay right outside of Turn 2. Mount Tabor Cabinetry out in central Pennsylvania with Chris Fissel. Morning Sun Marketplace with Rick and Sue Fritz, also in central Pennsylvania. My Race Pass, if you don't have it, you need to get it before next year starts if you're at all into racing. S2F for start to finish. Another streaming service. They cover Port City down in Oklahoma, Power I Series, and many other races. Kaiser Aluminum Wheels. Be wiser, buy Kaiser. Heartland Hardware and Appliance out of Brandon, South Dakota, Hayward, and George, Iowa. Rapid Graphics in Rock Rapids. Get your cars lettered, get your signs made. We've had tons of them made. Hawk Wings in Jackson, Minnesota. If you need a wing on something, they'll build it for you. And then Hero Haven, we want to thank them for all they do for the first responders and the vets. And of course, Lumber Lounge and Garage with Bench Racing with Shane and Snow. Give them guys a listen. Their show's a lot of fun. I think Shane's even supposed to be back this week.
Is he?
But I'm not positive. But anyways, your turn, bud, to just get us started.
All right. I'm watching tonight, so this is kind of fun for me. I'm going to make Tobe do all the work.
What an ass.
Hey, it's Hoagie's Garage. And Tobe's up. I'm walking away.
Okay, bye. See ya. I gotta pull this up so I can see it. Okay, we're up. Anyways, we're back at the garage. Next to me, we have Rick Dump, and next to him, we got Fran Bruns. Couple boys that raced back in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
Is that close?
Yep.
Legends. Right. We call them legends. Tobe.
Legends, yep. The legends of racing. We love to talk because the boys got good stories. The old boys will tell stories. They don't hold nothing back because they don't have to worry about sponsors no more.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know which one of you want to start, but we always start just going back to kind of what got you involved in racing. Was your dad racing, a cousin racing, anything, or did you just get into racing for a particular reason? You want to go first, Rick?
I'll go first. Yeah, my dad raced as a kid and stuff, and he had a plane crash when he did 2500 in 1963, and I was like 7 years old, wanted to be just like him. So I read and I read and read, and I went through all the scrapbooks to get to be a historian of sorts, all this racing stuff, and that was my big goal in life was to drive a race car and do decent with it. So that's what I did, and started driving a 6-cylinder modified up in Don Jones. And I bought a bear frame from him, and every Friday when I got paid, to go in there and give him $50 for it, or 25, whatever it was. About a month and a half, I had the thing paid for it. Got it home, I had no idea how to put the thing together. It was a frame and a body, no Surecraft fiberglass body. Had a good friend of mine, Dan Wilder, helped me build up the motor and stuff, and we just went racing. I mean, first ever race was at Hartford, it was a big half mile yet. And I raced a 6-cylinder Hartford, and that was a neat deal. From there, we just evolved up and got to where we're at right now, and or where we were, whatever. And every year we got a little bit more money and took more money and faster and faster and faster. And we got up to be in limited sprints from there, but with carburetors on that time, I think we had the fuel injection stuff. And it's been a long road, a lot of stories to tell, but Frank's could probably get better stories than I got.
Well, we're counting those stories. Anyway, Dave Zidrich says hi.
Oh, all right. Good.
James Gardner says Franny. So, how about you, Franny? What got you involved in racing?
I tell you what had happened is I was staying with a friend of mine in school, and they decided to go to, back then it was Interlake Speedway, right by Madison.
Yep.
And he said, we're going to go to the races this weekend. And I was staying there for the weekend. And he said, we're going to go to the races this weekend. You want to go? I said, well, God, yeah, I've never been there ever. So I got there and we went to the races, and I saw those guys. And that's back when there were super modifieds, Jimmy Matthews, and those guys were racing, and I thought, man, this is awesome. So next week, all week, I was thinking, God, how am I going to get there? How am I going to get there? As my mother, I had just, my folks were divorced, so it was just my mom and us kids, but we didn't have a car. I was thinking, how am I going to get there? How am I going to get there? Well, then this Kelly called me up, hey, we're going to the races this Saturday, we'll pick you up. I said, all right, I'm going now. Count me in. Well, then after I'd been there for a few times watching, I thought those, I considered those guys driving, they're like gods,
Yep.
And I says, man, and then Kelly's dad says, well, if the races get over early tonight, we'll go down in the pits. I says, what? He says, we'll go down in the pits. I says,
We can do that?
we can actually go down there? And he goes, yeah. You can go meet your, favorite driver. So, of course, I went over and seen Jimmy Matthews, and then back then Dave Freewall was racing, guy from Madison and stuff. But yeah, it was awesome. That's
Yep.
how I kind of got the racing bug then, and then after a while, got into mini sprints, ran mini sprints a couple of years, and then I drove John Barger's car at Madison.
It was
hot
17?
laps. Yep. And until he said, pull in when it turns green. When it went green, I just kept going.
No
I'm gonna
way.
get my butt chewed for this, and he just said, you couldn't pull in, could you? I said, no. Now let's go find you a car.
So
That's
how
right.
old were you guys when you started racing then?
Oh,
Because nowadays, they start at 5,
yeah.
4,
I was 27.
27.
Yeah.
I guess I got back up there. First man had built a race car at the Votech School in Lake Erie in Watertown. I'm going to drive a race car. I want to do something, so I got this old a semi-late model, 57 Chevy. Had roll bars in, so I messed around that thing. But I got to race at Casino Speedway. I think I was like 19 back then. Anyway, did that deal. And I saw this little short guy in a purple 101 car. I got to race consent back in 1977.
I
I
just
dating
retired.
this.
I didn't know who he was, nothing else, but
Yeah.
God, this little kid was driving a race car, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was 19 when I started.
Yeah.
It's quite something. You brought up that the 101 with Chuck.
Yeah.
How long did that guy? How many years did he race?
Well, he raced late,
Just up till 2 years ago, he finally retired, wasn't it?
I worked with him. We worked together at Press Travels for years. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, one of the questions, we'll just do some of them before we forget. I don't have the names written down, but one of the gentlemen sent in a question, something about the shade tree in turn 2. Was that at
Lake County.
Lake County,
County.
up in Madison?
Yeah.
It was a deal where I was going to heat race. I was chasing Tom Rook. Tom Rook was leading. I was getting close to him.
Are we in sprints now?
We're
Yeah.
we're in sprint cars.
Okay.
Sprint cars.
And we had a terrible year. And turn up a lot of stuff. We had a brand new snake car. I already wrecked it once or twice before that deal. Anyways, I went into 1 and 2. And we always said there's a big old oak tree. or whatever,
Yeah.
tree. And Fran said, we gotta get, we can get hurt sometime, we gotta get that thing taken care of. Back then, Mel Young was
Yeah.
taking care of the place, was
Yeah.
told me, we're gonna get
Allison's.
hurt, Won't be us, be somebody,
Yeah.
cause we never get hurt.
Oh yeah. You were young. We're invincible.
So, anyways, chasing old Tom Rick down there, and I got in between 1 and 2, and the steering snapped. And I went through the leaves of that oak tree, right out of the ballpark, tipped over to the swamp down there. I went to hit the swamp.
There's always a swamp out there. I remember
Yeah.
I didn't get to
Out the
Madison
back
very
gate.
often, but it was always
Up the
wet.
back gate.
Yeah.
Up the back gate, and here the car's just junk. And there's like leaves stuck in the wing, and this and this and this. And Fran took it upon himself, him and his guy who's up the races. He said, that tree's gotta go. So I guess that night, they didn't want to meet till I heard about it later. He went back to Madison, got chainsaws, cut the tree down, and lay right in the middle of the racetrack. Now they had to.
They had to clean it up. Now was that
And it was raining and everything that night. It was terrible too.
was it intentional to drop it on the track, or just fell that way by
I don't know.
circumstance?
I wasn't there.
But
But all my guys were. Oh yeah.
yeah, then I think next night we got together. He says, "Well, Rick, you don't worry about that tree no more. We take care of it." And then I heard the rest of the story after that deal. But I'm sure old Mel Young was quite pissed off after that deal. But
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, it needed to go.
he needed to go. He was going to go because, like I said, the guy who hit that, it was a big old tree, man.
Yeah, you weren't moving it.
No.
You just got lucky to knock
Yeah.
a few leaves off.
Yeah, if you leave off all I got, another deal.
As long as you're telling stories, Jason DeWall, I know he remembers coming to the track when you lived just north of the track.
Yep.
Seeing the car there when they'd come. He wanted to know if you ever had to run home to fix the car ever.
No, we never did. Usually it was fine, but the weird thing is, when we first up the race car, right down the highway, we go to the South Pit entrance, turn around, like put new motor in there, and then we'd take and time it and this and that, and then we got to turn it up, back it off, and there's one time between the Sioux Empire Fair was going on. We got to race at the fair all the time. Just put new motor in on a Thursday night. We're going on the road, here comes a cop behind us, lights on and stuff. We just kept on going, whatever. And turn there, what are you doing? Well, we got a race tomorrow night, man.
Getting the car ready.
And it's like 10:30 at night. And I said, give Sam backing this thing off. And he said, what do you mean backing off? Well, here, pull on this thing. He goes, I'll just run. He goes, I'll just follow you. He goes, now what? I said, well, now we're going to push you back with the push truck, Get it going, I'll drive on back home. And he goes, well, I'll be behind you with my lights on if somebody hits you. We never got in trouble or nothing, That was back in,
That was back in the day.
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day, They never said nothing, and they just
No.
got by, and they just waved, and he kept on going.
Because I remember that one year that Fulkins played around when Steve had a sprint car, we'd fire his on Highway 9 and then pull it on the yard down to the shed because you didn't start very good on the gravel or the grass.
Oh,
right.
So you needed some pavement for it and it fired up good on the highway.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with the traffic on the damn road,
Oh, yeah, you can't.
I wouldn't even want to be on the road
Yeah.
with anything anymore.
Yeah,
For the
We
amount
used
of
to
cars.
start ours right in town, right on the street,
Yep.
all the time.
Yeah, we used to fire up Sean and Wise down on Depot Street in town here. Dad would go down with the old push truck back then even and start it for him. But now you'd probably get in trouble for all that. Things have changed
I'm sure,
considerably.
Oh, yeah.
All the traffic and everything else, yeah.
Well, I've told people for years, back when I was dating the wife, she lived in Rock Rapids, I still lived here with Mom and Dad. I could drive home from her house at night, at midnight, whatever. You may not meet a car. Well, now we come sit here at the garage, and we drive back home, and if we haven't met 5 or 6 cars when we're halfway there, we're figuring there's an accident or something up there, the
Right.
highway's blocked, because there's just, and it don't matter if it's midnight or 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
we come home from the races, we
Yeah.
stay too late. It's just traffic.
Yeah.
It's amazing how busy it's gotten.
Yeah, it's growing.
Tell them how you and me first met. That was
So
the-
I'll tell you how we first met. So after I drove that car at John's and we went over to Jackson to the swap meet and he says, we're gonna find you a race car. So he talked to this Rick Norquist and we bought his car, I did, and brought it home. There was 3 of us in the pickup pulling this 2-wheel trailer with a car on it.
Yep.
Anyway, and we came all the way back, and Bill Rook had said, just take it apart, and so did John. Take it apart, grind off all what you want, and then redo it all, paint it, da, da, da. We didn't know anything about sprint cars other than the left tire was smaller than the right rear. That was it, So we're trying to learn and read and do everything else, and ask people for advice. So we do all that and get done. Oh, we want to race Madison, right? Because they're going to open before Houston's.
Yep.
That was always Mother's Day weekend. So anyway, it rains out. The next weekend, it rains out. The next weekend, it rains out, but Houston's is going to run. So we go to Houston's.
First
and
night out.
First night out, never drove one. And at that racetrack like that, what's going to happen, So we get there, pull in, unload. Here he comes walking around. Hey, where'd you get that shit box? I thought, we just spent all winter redoing this thing.
And you're telling us it's a piece of shit.
And he calls it a shit box. I said, I bought it. Oh yeah, he says, I know that guy. That was a pretty good car. So after that, I found out that every car is a shit box.
Well, that's
But
kind of
that's how
what the
we
body
went.
cars are
We're
referred
getting
to
down
anymore.
there, but here's the main deal. We're down in Rock Rapids.
Yep.
I feel sorry for this poor kid. He bumped into everything but the pace car,
Yeah.
Just, I told her after he raced, I said, what do you got under for shocks? I think they get from Kmart, and he spray painted them white and put them on there, Looked like race car shocks, they really weren't. I told the guy, go back to the trailer, go back to the car, if you get me 4 Pro shocks, put them all at 4 corners. And I did some stuff, maybe change torsion bars and stuff on there, and I said, let's just make this thing go straight, because if you go straight, I don't have a problem hitting them, and shit.
Right.
Oh, she ain't swerving around in front of you.
Yeah.
After that night, that night that sticks out to me. After that night, got to be pretty good friends, and then we started kind of traveling together, that kind of stuff too. And down the years, you know what? I got this Nance sponsorship deal. Maybe I can get you a decent frame, We went to we drove down to Wichita, got him a Nance car and that kind of stuff too. And we started doing different things. We'd go to Clay County Fair. We'd go to Clay County. We ride Fairmont and Jackson a couple nights, a 2-day show.
Yeah.
The thing was, we're both broke.
Yeah.
We're both broke, so I think he had a spare top wing, I had a spare front axle.
We had one spare front wheel between the two of us. That's why we had to always race together.
Sharing part.
Yeah, and if you crash the front wheel, you have be responsible getting another one.
Oh,
for
you
the
had to
next-
replace it.
But the bad deal was, yeah, we had a spare front axle. There's a bare axle, no hubs, no kingpins, no nothing.
Yeah.
You know, but
Just the axle.
Just
Dude,
the axle.
But I had this, he had that, and this and that, we all got along good. And we never, I don't think we had to build an axle again, but we did a lot of shit together. I mean, we'd go to Fairmont on a Friday night, get our paycheck, we went to Flying Goose Campground, remember that deal?
Yep.
And we all camped out, just me and him, and all our picture camped out at the Flying Goose Campground. Well, I just saw a sign on the way to Fairmont, Flying Goose Campground. It ain't nothing great. We had tents and this and that and whatever. Then next thing went to Jackson, and that was real outlaws then, because went to the parking lot. Tore the carport in the parking lot, and here we are on the road, you know.
Oh, yeah, looking professional.
Yeah.
Then went to Jackson that night and raced, and that night after that thing went back to Houston.
Racing
And,
Houston's.
Oh yeah, when you had a problem with your trailer.
Yeah.
Back to my place, and we tore stuff apart and washed cars in the driveway and stuff. That was when it all started. Then we started going to Clay County Fair. We started doing this, we started doing that, and it was fun. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of road trips, a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Raced Madison almost every weekend, and
Well, so like thinking this
Rocket
bridge,
Rapids.
Rocket Rapids.
Rocket Rapids.
And that's my son always called it Rocket Rapids.
Really?
Dad, you going to Rocket Rapids? That was a Friday.
Yeah.
And but a lot, and after convinced with Jackson, the dumb thing is, you live 5 miles from the racetrack, and hey, let's go to Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. If you're right by Madison, start going to Jackson all the time then. And then, yeah, there's some good stories there too. But we'd go to Jackson, get all done, and that's when we'd stop by, get something to eat on the way home. In fact, like speaking of eating, Rock Rapids, whenever we got down here, there's the Pizza Ranch.
Yep. We'd go there.
I don't know who the owner was, but he was right on the main street there.
Yep.
But he always stay open late for us.
Yeah.
They had a back room that would fill it up with all these race car guys and stuff in there. But
We had a big parking lot where, where it first was.
He
Yeah.
put their pictures on the wall and this and that, and it was pretty cool because he always stay open late until we all done. We'd order 15 pizzas and
Yeah.
15 pitchers of beer, you know, and we spent good money in there.
Yeah.
Well, food and racing, that's just part of it.
Yeah, that's part of the deal.
I mean,
Well, you worked all week, so you could
Yep.
go
yeah, that's what you did, yeah.
race Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know,
Yep.
so,
And that was, it got to be a grind, I would imagine, by the end of the summer.
yeah.
He could always finish it off that year. He won the championship deals with a good intention. Okay, we'll run Rock Rapids Friday, Madison Saturday, here. And I'd go to about half of the year. We're out of parts, out of money and stuff, and he kept on going and everything. But we'd probably start out running 3 nights a week and that being only 2 nights a week. And
Yep. Because somebody did ask about you winning all 3 track championships in the same year.
1988.
Now that's, I can't say I've ever heard of that before or since, where somebody's won all the tracks.
Yeah, 1987, I bought that gambler's car from Terry Taggart, and it was actually one that they had ran the year before, Jerry Riker Jr. And they won Houston's and Knoxville with that car. And
Okay.
I bought that from him, and my guys and I redid it and made it in red and white, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we ran Madison in '87. We won Lake County and Houston's in '87, and then in '88 we won Rock Rapids, Madison, and Houston's.
All with that same car.
No,
Oh, there's 2 different cars.
Two different cars.
Yeah.
In '88 I ran a new '88 Gambler.
Okay.
Down tube car. '87 was just a standard.
So you win 2 track championships and you switch cars?
Yeah. Then we won 3 track championships the next year, and then the next year we won 2 more.
Damn.
We won 8 in like 4 years.
That's
And the
pretty
last championship I won was Fairmont in '98,
Okay.
and we run second at Jackson that year.
So can't complain about that for a run.
No, it was good.
Um,
Yeah.
You see
James,
what? Yeah, James Carter.
James
says.
Garter wants to know if you can still sing the Rawhide song or not.
Oh, of course.
rolling.
Keep them doggies rolling.
I told you before I wanted to have it playing when you came in because I could remember the song. I looked it up yesterday. I played it yesterday. Listen
Did you?
to it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. We'll have to, maybe we'll play it before the night's over.
We got that from the Blues Brothers, and I had two motors. One was Elwood and one was Jake.
Oh really? Because it was always rawhide racing. I remember that. And
Yeah.
never knew where the rawhide come from.
Yeah.
But it all come from the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, we listened to that Rawhide song from Blues Brothers, and then we just adopted it as Rawhide Racing. So
Oh, that works. See, we're learning
Yeah.
things again, bud.
Absolutely.
We're always learning something new.
yeah.
What about your numbers? Why did you have the numbers that you had? Is there a meaning behind them?
My dad was number 12,
Yeah.
and he had that for a year, until he passed away, of course. But,
Yep.
anyways, I want to be just like him, so I picked out number 12. Yeah, after I quit racing, my nephew Brock, he took over number 12, that kind of stuff too. So that's been in the family for.
Been a dump number for a long time.
Yeah, it was 1960 something, So
That's awesome.
worked out well. Yeah, that's fucking we picked that number.
Yeah. The 18.
The 18 was because there was a Gambler car 18, and Doug Wolfgang drove it.
Yep. Yep. There's the gambler car was 18 for quite a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Coors Light car too
Yeah.
for a while was
Yeah.
18, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look at me, Bud.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Bud's looking to see if we got it up here on the wall, on the rack or not. But
Yeah, I drove Gamblers for about 4 years, and then we switched to Dave Stevenson, started building cars for us.
okay.
Gambler, Sanders wouldn't build a 360 car with a motor plate back farther, 40-inch motor plate, and they were all 41s, and I says, we're running 360 steel motors, we gotta have something
Yeah.
back farther, so Dave Stevenson became my car builder, and we ran his cars for years, and he did a fantastic job.
Stevenson. That's a name
Yeah.
I haven't heard for a
Yeah.
while in the racing world.
Yeah,
Stevenson, Franson was another name back in the
Yeah.
day.
yeah.
But look, Bud, he's still looking.
Well, there's an 18. I just don't know if it's it.
Yeah,
I mean, Brad Doty's car.
yep, Brad Doty.
He's always got it. We got stuff.
Yep, Brad Doty.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. You're way ahead of us.
Try to be.
See, we need these guys. They can just go right down the
Yeah,
line, tell us
we
who's
let
driving
them
every
come
one of
down.
them.
We always said we got to make labels underneath with the names and maybe the year of the car because we can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Bud's memory aren't very good, so that's why we write stuff down. Otherwise, we can't remember shit.
Well, we're getting that way too.
Yep, we both write
Yeah.
stuff down.
Oh, yeah. If I ain't got a note somewhere,
You're right.
better than average chance I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
Now you
If
ask
I
my
don't have a
wife,
pen, if I don't have a pen to cross it off, I miss it then too.
or I gotta go back. Go back and do it a second
Do it
time.
again. Same thing.
Yeah, I gotta do that in my truck. I gotta sit and look at the notes all the time. Oh, Dad, did I do this one? Shit, I don't remember. So you gotta drive down. But, so you guys basically race local. But I know you were telling us earlier about a trip to Knoxville.
Oh, that time,
87.
87, yeah, because Bill Rookways came down during the wintertime, came down and he just checked everybody's shop, what's new, what he was doing. He just said that new Nance car. He walked in the shop and, of course, he had a case of beer with him. We sat there and bullshit a while. He said, I'm getting worried now. You and Fran are both getting new stuff, new stuff, and it's gonna be tough to beat you guys, And that's the year that Brian built him the first snake car.
Oh, yep.
And I worked with Brian for a long time. And Brian asked me if I kind of wanted the snake car, his first car. Well, I get this new with Nance, and I know this is going to work, So Bill got that car. But anyway, Bill convinced us. He told us, hey, I was there last year, made a few bucks, but it's only $5 to get into the infield if you got a car. So we set all this thing up. He said, let's get to Red Rock Campground. So me and Fran put up right away. We got our entries in like in March for Knoxville Nationals and get reservations to Red Rock Campground and stuff. And we had no clue what we were doing, or I haven't even seen Knoxville before.
Yeah.
Neither one of us had. We didn't know what it was like. But I just talked to a friend of mine, Jack Trigg, and Don Reiner, a good friend of mine. They said, hey, here's a couple ideas, let's keep these in mind. And he went down and went to Red Rock Campground, camped out there. They're open trailers and that kind of stuff too. And we just worked the cars during the day and raced Knoxville at night. And It was funny, a real eye-opening deal, because we both had 360 with carburetors on there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't, these guys had 410s and all this kind of stuff too. We both time traveled pretty good. There was like 80 cars on one qualifying night, 80 cars the second night. Top 50 got to stick around. Me and Fran both did the top 50. And I didn't do near as good as he did. He held off Steve Kinzer in the heat race for a bunch of laps, you know. But I'm glad it's
With a 360.
yeah, it was a 360. It was just an experience for me because I got to stick around. I had to run the E feature, but at least we get to be one of the top 50 cars in the.
Oh yeah, on your night, yeah.
And the whole
So you're in
deal.
the top 100. You did about say you were in the top 100 of the nation that
Yeah,
year.
well, that was a good deal.
Or that week anyhow.
I can never afford to do it again. And after then, guys started getting bigger and better motors, and that weekend on the final night was bizarre because down there they just park you. You can't pick out your own parking spot. So I had Steve Kinzer on one side of me, and Johnny Herrera on the other side of me. And you had to unload your trailer, so you couldn't see a trailer.
Yeah.
You had spare wings and tires and those kind of stuff, you know, out there. And it's like we're one of the guys until I hit the racetrack, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing here? Them guys use me like a pinball machine.
Yeah, I remember talking to Steve that time when I was down there, and he goes, "Yeah," he says, it had rained, and it rained, and it rained." And I remember talking to him. He was standing there, and I remember talking to him, and he says, "Yeah," he says, "I think it'll work out. The track will work out, you know." And I thought, yeah, maybe for you in the A main, but we're down here in the C main.
She gonna be greasy.
She's gonna be greasy when we get out there. Oh, that was funny though.
But yeah, I just went. What was it? 5 years ago, 4 years ago, my first trip to Knoxville.
Oh, really?
Called myself a race fan all my life, and it took till 5 years ago to go down there.
Wow.
But we're a little spoiled. We stay with Bud's old classmate right by Pella,
Oh,
just on the north side of the big lake. He lives outside Pella, so it's a 15-minute drive to the track, and
It's cheap,
it's cheap.
and they make us food.
Yep.
Hell,
Yep, Charmin feeds us breakfast each morning. We get
Oh,
biscuits
really?
and gravy and stuff, and
Boy,
oh
you
shit.
made that deal.
We left money the first year we were there. We threw $20, $40 down on the counter downstairs, and we left. We hadn't made it. I know we weren't back up to 80 yet, and we get a phone call. You jackasses ever leave money down here again? You ain't coming back. Okay, sorry.
well, that's
So,
pretty awesome.
Now we just go down. Let's see, we got a couple more questions coming in here. Chris Ellingson wants to know what was your favorite track out of all your traveling you did? Was it South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota? What was each one of your favorite track?
I won more features with Madison. That was my favorite one. You could run that thing wide open, not lifting. It was fast. It was scary fast.
Yeah.
And he's was always a challenge, you know, of course. But Madison was probably my favorite.
Well, Madison, I always wanted to win the championship there because that was my hometown.
Sure. Yep.
You know, so yeah, that was probably my. But I would say Huset's because I was told one time if you can win at Huset's, you can race anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's the truth too because that you win there and you're.
Them little
you're
short
doing
tracks make you a racer.
something. Yeah. So.
And then let's see, we had another one pop up. Oh, geez, they're popping up like crazy now.
how about talk about Dairy Queen? How that all went? I mean, you gave away
Somebody
a
want to
bunch
know
of.
how many blizzards you got out of your Dairy Queen sponsor.
Didn't get any Dairy Queens or
Blizzards?
out of there, but like I told you, I said when we were talking about this earlier, I says how it started was we were giving these tickets away for free ice cream cones, and Dwayne Mork was Dairy Queen owner, and DeLon was on my team, but DeLon said, "Hey, you're gonna have to talk to Dad about sponsorship. I'm not gonna get involved with it." So we did, and I said we're gonna give these tickets away, cards away to get a free ice cream cone. And I says, you keep track of them when they come in, and if you're making money, then you can we'll get sponsorship. So after about a month, 2 weeks to a month, whatever, went in there to pay for the cones. I said, I'll pay for those cones. He said, you don't have to do it. This is one of the best things I've ever done. So, and we got sponsorship money from him. And then from then on, it was always been that way. Even when I quit, he said, you ever decide you want to race again, I'll sponsor you.
That's awesome.
See that? Isn't it the Madison one? Isn't that the one that always wins with
Yeah.
the Make-A-Wish deal
Yeah,
or whatever?
exactly.
too?
The flasher, 43,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every year I call up Dylan. I need 25 tickets. And I'll give him my card number or whatever, and the next day I get like 25. I got probably tickets in my poker right now for
For a free blizzard?
free blizzard, you know, so I could give away throughout the year.
Yep.
And it never expired, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I got tickets every year, the different colors. I got the tickets now. I just kind of friends of mine with it. Ray, thanks for helping me out today. You know, you're a nice person. Here, have a ticket. You know,
Yeah.
free blizzard. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing for me. I've been doing it for probably 15 years, buying tickets and stuff from him.
So on the Make-A-Wish day, you're saying you buy a ton of,
25.
You can buy them like a week ahead
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
okay.
A week ahead of time. That's why he sells all these things, because he's got friends, you know, friends are buying tickets and this and that, and he goes on a nursing home and sells a bunch of blizzards for that deal. And yeah, that's his big day of the year, I'm sure. He looks forward to it every year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I know they've won that thing quite a few years now. That little competition they had in
Yeah.
South Dakota, whatever.
Yeah, he's a very prominent businessman as far as I'm concerned in Madison, and he's also a very giving person, so.
Yeah. It's been, well, I haven't been to Madison since the track closed, so it's been a few years since I've been to Madison.
Yeah,
That's
it's
been
been a
closed
while.
how long now? That's been quite a while ago already, hasn't it?
I don't know,
Yeah.
like 10, 15, 20, I don't know.
20 years probably.
Bad.
So let's see, we got another one here. From James Garter. What's you guys' most memorable race against each other? Was there one time where somebody beat the other guy and rubbed him wrong or anything like that? Or
Cat and mouse.
Well, we did we had many cars at Madison one night, and
Everybody broke, but us
everybody
too.
broke, yeah, but they're still paying $500 to win or whatever it was. And we had a deal, me and him, there were only 2 cars left out of wherever it was that night. We did put a deal, they put like a tail on his car and a piece of cheese or whatever in my car. It was a cat and mouse deal.
Yep.
You know, well, after 10 laps, whoever one got the 500, you know. He won and I parked in the first grade with him, you know, that's kind of funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kinda
because
cool.
they had a cat and mouse race. Seriously,
Yeah.
That was
they
it.
did.
You were
Because
the only
everybody,
2 cars left
that
that
was the
Oh,
only
yeah.
cars, the other ones either broke or
and you
crashed
guys
or
didn't have
whatever.
any spare parts.
But then there's one more time. It was a good time. He thought I was going to kill him, I think. After we came back to Knoxville, at Houston on a Sunday, I got to lead in the feature, and I'm leading. Then we had a yellow flag. 2 laps left. I swear to God, he spun me out, but I think I just screwed up. On number 4 corner, I get turned around. He goes driving by. What do you know? I was just pissed. Then they had all the cameras down there and stuff, and all the people were gathering on the cars because they was parked next to each other, of course. And I think they'll think with the championship too. Anyways, I got out of the car. I walked over toward him. He was still in his helmet. I think I was going to smack him. He was taking his helmet off. I went over there.
Hey, you never take your helmet off, did you? Yeah.
I went over there, got in the car. Everybody was waiting for something big to happen. I said, hey, good job, buddy. This is a championship, you know.
Yeah.
But then next week, I had church made. It says, had the date on there. Such and such Houston Speedway.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. I had number 1 that says shit happens. Number 2 says, but only once. Then,
Only one time.
Hey, but then next week went to Jackson Nationals. He probably could have passed me again. The Jackson Nationals ended up getting 3rd, Jackson Nationals ended up getting 4th. He probably could have bumped me again and got me out of the way, but
Yeah. He was nice enough to
nice
not.
that night. But I swear to God, I looked and looked and looked at the videos that they took.
Oh yeah.
He never touched me. I just stepped on it. I just screwed up.
The old grainy videos from back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brock Dump just asked about, tell him about the cat and mouse race. So that's the one you were just talking about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big thing was with Bell wanted cars and stuff out there. We're getting paid $500-600 to win. 2 cars, most guys would say, well, you got 2 cars, I'm gonna get paid half, you know. But he
Yeah.
paid us all the time. Paid us in cash too. Remember that? We get a big
Yeah.
envelope full of money every night.
Can't roll with that.
No, that was great.
Other than
Well,
you take much of it home, probably maybe every
See,
night.
and that all goes back to when we were racing, this guy over here broke a rear arm, you would go, hey, I got one right here you
Yeah.
can have, It might be the only one I got,
Yeah.
but you want him to race the feature.
Sure. Yeah.
So you did that, and that's what you had to do. Now, if he broke a motor, that was different, but,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
otherwise, you're always trying to help each other because you want everybody to race.
Well, anymore, now you see them teams with all the quick attach stuff and whatnot, and they got the hoists in the trailer, they change the motor in 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
You weren't, back then you had to get the wrecker to come over to pull your motor out for you and everything else.
What do you have Cheers?
We
Day
usually
one
didn't
time?
have one.
At Cheers Day, he broke the motor in the heat race. Remember that deal?
Mhm.
And all my guys came over, all his guys weren't, and we changed his motor. He put his, I think he had a 410 in there, and we put a 360 back in. We got done in less than half an hour probably. But we all knew how to do it,
Yeah.
One guy was on the drive line, one guy was doing this, but back then I think we just had big primers or something. You put the thing, you lift the thing up by
everybody
hand.
lifted it up.
You lift it by hand, roll the car back, get the new one in there. Yeah, that was back in the 90s or 80s, whatever. Yeah, but he broke in the heat race and he got ready for the feature for you.
That was been out at the fairgrounds yet, I imagine.
That was great. That was a good track.
So,
Scary but good.
Cheaters Day.
Yep.
Did you really cheat? I mean, what?
We did.
What would be the? I mean,
We just ran what we had.
That's what I was wondering. What? How could you cheat?
Oh, I don't know. I guess, well, like I put bigger wings on it, put some side panels and stuff on,
Yeah.
We never did.
No.
It's okay to say this now, but I did run nitro a couple times, not Cheaters Day. Nitro because I had a motor getting down on horsepower. I'll just dump a little of this stuff in there, And
Did it stay together?
yeah, well, we only ran like 7 or 8%
Oh.
in there. But next night, somebody squealed on me. We get back to the fairgrounds the next night. So we used to race like Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at the fairgrounds when the fair going on.
Right.
And that night we drained everything out. And next night, whatever night it was, we got there. And my buddy, Lauren, checked his. We're gonna check your fuel. You checked everybody's? No, we're gonna check yours.
No, we're only gonna look
The
at
thing
yours.
was, when he get off the gas in the sprint car, like it probably this much of a blue flame. With nitro, it's like a 20-foot yellow flame. The guy said, "Don't get off the pedal," So I'd turn the car off on the back straightaway and coast all the way around and get there. Yeah, I did one time. It woke the motor up.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you see a lot of guys, they put that whole plastic panel down the
Yeah.
driver's side. And I remember one year, I seen somebody that had the
The
Nerf bars
Nerf
even
bars,
Yeah,
closed.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it gained him anything or not.
We
but-
never got that tricky because we had a hard enough time driving the car the way it was. Let alone put some more trick stuff on there,
Yeah.
See, when we raced go-karts out at Fulkins' farm, we run them on methanol or whatever, and we dumped a little liquid ether in ours.
Well,
Liquid ether.
Yeah,
I should try that too.
yeah. We dumped a little of that in there. We kept her together. We never blew one up, but you had to be a little careful how much you dumped in, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Dad always had some. He bought it from the old doctor in Rock. He bought a case of it one time, come in pint metal
Really?
cans, and he'd dump it in his old farm tractor when he'd go to the tractor pulls.
really?
Yeah. He had an old M farm on it, shoot a foot of flame off the exhaust pipe. He pulled her one time at Rocky. He told me the story several times, but he told the one guy that he was gonna shift her from second to third.
Really?
The guy says, "You can't do that. It'll never go." The old man said, "I'm gonna do it." He did her. He pulled that sled out to the end of the track. They unhooked him from the thing. He just drove home. He didn't go back for
He
the
didn't go
trophy.
back for the
No, they
trophy.
knew he was cheating, so he just laughed.
Well, speaking of rock rapids, the time down there, I must have broke her, whatever we did. And Fran might have been 80, whatever year it was, but anyways, he was doing good now, stamping that little hill in that one corner. And he was doing good, he must have jumped the wheel or something. Jumped the wheel or whatever he did, but end over right through the fence, remember?
Oh,
that?
yeah, out through the
Right
fence on one.
And I was like,
Parking lot.
petrified of that poor fucker, dead.
Goes to that fence, you never know.
So I went home, butt out there, the first guy out there. I get out there, I had to walk through the fence, the boards were all torn to pieces over. I walked through there, and I looked at him, and I see it come loose or something. He's sitting there all sideways and cockeyed. Is he okay? Yeah, get me out of this thing, will you?
Oh, yeah.
That's a long ways to the fence too when you leave the
It's a
track
long
there.
ways, out in the parking lot, yeah.
Yeah,
You got Jim Inga's something
Yep.
about a
Jimmy
flight.
Inga.
he wants to remember. He remembers an airplane flight in a Cessna with Fran to Knoxville.
Yeah.
So you guys just went down to watch that year
Yeah,
then or something?
Yeah. He flew down there and we rode down with him.
Was it just like two of you or four of you, or how big of a Cessna was it? I mean, there's all different ones, but
I think it was his 182, to be honest with you. I don't remember, it's been so many years ago. I don't remember, I remember flying down there though. I think Gopher was with too, Todd Seitz.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, to remember, that's tough.
It's been long.
it's been a long time.
Let's see, what do we got? Dave Zidrich. It says, Dad drove Fran's car at Madison when Fran was away for fire training, I believe.
Yeah.
Gary was told to just drive it, not to race it, stay in the points. Gary said he was having fun just turning laps. Thought Fran would be upset as he decided to race it. Oh, had a photo finish. He put, let's see, I skipped a page there. He put the loud pedal to the floor, a photo finish with Gerald Cressman. Gary thought Fran would be mad at him for racing it, but
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember Gary doing that.
we
That
should,
was
well,
all first.
Gary was down here, what was that, a month ago? When
Oh,
he
yeah.
came down. And then I remember I shared the story with him. He come to drive Steve's car one time at Rocky.
Hmm.
He brought his guys along, wanted to know if they could set the car up. Well, we didn't know any idea what
Sure.
we were doing. You know, it was first year in the car. We didn't know nothing about. They squared up the rear end when they got it done. It still had the slider for the drive line. Wouldn't come out of gear anymore after he squared up the rear end. The drive shaft was too long. So
Oh,
when he
yeah.
come in at the end of the race, he just had to stomp on the brakes to shut it off because he couldn't take it out of gear. But that's how much we knew.
Yeah, we ran those too.
We all been there after about a year. Every time we bumped into something, it wouldn't come out of gear.
Yeah.
They were really,
Or
really
get it
picky.
in.
Yeah, really, really picky until they went to Varennes with the, you know, they were
Shift
Yeah.
rear ends, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah, it's just that damn slider between your legs. It just slid the whole drive shaft forward and back.
Yep.
For
Yep.
those that are new to the racing world.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we got here next? We got Frank Grave. Wants to know who your favorite driver to race against, other than the two of you. Who'd you like to race against? Who was maybe one guy you wanted to beat all the time or something?
Well, one guy that was really clean, you like to beat him, was old Cliff Coydle.
Yeah.
He was always fun. He'd never crowd, he never did like that, but he was tough to beat because he was really consistent.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was always fun to race with.
Yeah.
Fran, you have one?
Yeah, oh God, I don't know how many different ones. Coydell was good. I mean, we were friends with all those guys. Though.
Yeah.
You know,
You guys seem to get along with most everybody.
Yeah.
It seemed like,
We did.
from what I can remember.
yeah.
A couple of them. Then we used to have parties at my place after races.
Yeah.
It'd be a 2-day show. It was only half mile off the track.
Yeah.
Right.
It would back the trailer in there, then close trailer, and put a tarp up there. We would get the people going in the garage and this and that. Cliff would be there. The race cars went up all the way down to the racetrack.
Yeah.
Parking along the highway.
Yeah.
And then that one, remember that fireworks deal? We were at a fireworks about 11 o'clock. So me and Fran ran into Brandon, whatever, and watched more fireworks. Then we're out of beer. When the Rubens came by, he said, "What's going on?" We're out of beer. We're going on. It's more. They went back to the racetrack.
I remember you telling me that a while back.
Brought back 4 or 5 cases of beer. And then
Keep the party going.
then
Yeah.
pretty soon we're out of fireworks. And Greg Rubens said, "You got a shovel?" "Yeah, come here." Walked across the highway, start digging. What are you digging? They just put this big pipe in there. So he dug the hole, he put the pipe in there, and he got the big ones in the racetrack, you know. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. About 4 o'clock, the cops came by and they told us he should probably knock it off.
Neighbors probably weren't liking it.
We were lighting up the whole town. Yeah, that was
Well, a
good
lot
time.
of the neighbors were watching.
Oh yeah. What the hell are those crazy
Yeah,
fools
4
gonna do
in the
next?
morning. Yeah, but we had probably 1 or 2 parties over at my place a year. And, 'cause if we had a 2-day show, you know, we're not gonna stick around anyway. And a lot of times Fran would stay overnight and dressers would stay overnight a lot of times too. We'd have,
Oh, and he was driving up from Nebraska
yeah,
all the
we'd
time.
have race cars over their front yard washing wings and washing this and
Yeah,
mountain tires.
I didn't know you personally back then, but I remember your car being there all the time, just north of the track. 'Cause
Oh,
it was
yeah.
always something that we'd see when we were going up there.
Yeah.
'Cause we didn't for a lot of years. We never missed a Sunday night. It was just what we did. That was always our gift to Mom for Mother's Day. We'd leave her alone for the afternoon and evening.
Nice of it.
Yeah, you know, we're not bothering you, Mom. We'll leave you home alone. Well, let's see. We got another one from Chris Allingson.
That's my nephew, you know.
That's your nephew? Okay. That's why he's paying attention. If you guys could change one safety item in when you were driving, what would it be and your thoughts on safety? Now we're getting serious.
I know
so-
what it'd be. We used to run these low seats
With a headrest.
with a headrest in the back of the cage, and they come up the middle of your back. Whenever you tipped over, man, you
Oh,
always got a backache. Now they got these nice. So then
The full seat you
toward
can
the
go.
toward the end of the year in our careers, we started getting high back seats with the headrest built into it and stuff. But now with these other one with the 1,500, 2,000 feet with the things on the side,
Yeah.
that would have helped. That would have saved us both a lot of back pain, man. Because we were always every time you tipped over your back.
Well, that seat in the middle of the back, obviously you're flopping around a little bit.
Even when we had those high back seats, I mean, we crashed hard. And, man, you'd bend the seat up.
Oh yeah, it'd be all bent up. And,
Yeah.
that was a bad deal. That's probably the best thing I can think of. But these seats,
Yeah.
the belts all come out the same. You get the 5-point deal. Everything else is pretty good.
Well, then they get the inserts for the seats.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd we have
Yeah.
Dave Sharpley on? Did we?
Yep.
So he makes them whatever, the sharp, and he talked about how they set them in the seat and then they fill it in around them. So, somebody else ain't hopping in your seat. That's why everybody
yeah.
goes somewhere.
Right.
They take their seat with them. They take their
Yeah.
seat and their steering wheel
Yep.
Yeah.
when them guys travel from car to car.
Yeah, to me, that'd be the biggest safety issue now, because if we'd had that stuff back when we were racing, we wouldn't have near the back thing we got nowadays. With
Right.
the
Oh, whiplashes. How many whiplashes did we have?
making concussions we had.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and then you'd crawl back in one the next night.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was it? Had the detached retina.
Well, he's had a lot of red eyes.
oh yeah,
Who?
you have to walk up and then say, well, the track official, that's I say, how do you last night? Crash hard. Did you get red eye? No, you didn't crash hard enough. 'Cause when you get red
Oh,
eye,
man,
Your
he's-
blood vessels
oh,
pop in
his-
your
you
eye.
get red eye, you have to pull your eyeball out of your socket.
Yeah.
And it looks like you got sherry for an eyeball. It feels fine, looks good. I mean, it don't look good.
Yeah.
But it looks like shit. But it doesn't feel that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had him as bad as he did, but there'd be times with Rick, his eyes would be so red, it was as if the pupils were colored, the rest was all red.
I think it was Steve Ballinger.
That's what
Oh.
it was. He raced at Rocky, then went and crashed, and then went and raced
Yeah.
Hartford, I thought.
Yeah.
But he had a detached retina.
No.
And then he got a hold of his doctor. The doctor saw that had seen the doctor
Saw that
Saturday,
he won.
and
in
then
the
he saw
paper.
that he won on Saturday night in the paper and got his ass chewed the next day from his eye
I
doctor.
believe that.
Okay, we just want to keep going these questions. What the heck? They're kind of good ones. Jason DeWall wants you guys to talk about the down tube cars becoming more prominent in the late 80s and how different they felt and worked.
I don't know. My Nance cars weren't non-down tube, but Fran had a down tube car.
Gamblers.
And then once we left Mansfield, we had painted right down to Wichita
Yeah.
all the time. So Brian built me a car, the down tube car. I had run them for a couple years. And toward the end of my career, Brian said, "You want a down tube car or non-down tube car?" I said, "Well, let's try the non-down." I liked the ones that weren't non-down tubes. And my last 2 years with the race were non-down tubes. Everybody was coming in that thing. Just thought they were more forgiving and they could be more relaxed. They just felt more dependable. Probably all in your head too. I don't know. I
What
just
you're
thought-
used to, I suppose.
yeah, I had the down tube cars for 3 or 4 years. We switched back to other cars, and my preference was I liked the ones that were non-down tube because it felt more responsive.
Okay.
Well, I think those non-down tube cars, you could get them hooked up tighter on a dry slick, but a down tube car was more rigid. But safety-wise, I crashed at Houston's that one time, went out the park, hit that pole, light pole, and it bent the down tube down, busted the injectors. And it would have cleaned it off right to me,
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been that.
That's what I was wondering, the down tube, but I'm assuming that's got to make the front, like you said, more rigid or better for a light impact. Maybe your frame ain't twisting as quick, getting the front end shoved to the side, maybe or something.
I think more so, not so much crashing as much, it's just your car setup. Those things flex.
Yeah.
Those frames flex.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think they're just a little more rigid. I know on my down tube cars, when I switched from non-down tube to down tube, the bars were all different. You were a lot lighter bars.
Sure.
You hooked up on a dry slip.
We kind of talked about a little bit with the red eye. but some of the injuries you guys had, anything really, I mean, did we have any broken backs that you were aware of or anything like that? Or what was the worst injuries you guys had besides red eye?
Tailbone.
Here's the deal. He comes rolling into East one night with the rawhide song going on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they all got these red bandanas on. I'm parked next to them and I said, why? What are you wearing them for? They're good luck. Give me one. So I wear a red bandana, you know. Well, on the heat race that night, I don't know what I was thinking of, but there's two cars which tried to split them both on the back straightaway. They both come together.
You were in the middle, you
I was
lost.
in the middle. Tank came off. I was knocked out. I was really messed up. And he said, where you at right now? Jay Major says, where you at right now? I said, when you're Huron, South Dakota. Because we raced the night before in Huron. I was still back in Huron. Load him up. Before I get there, and I'm coming in and out of consciousness. You know, I was really messed up. Anyways, I'm laying there, flat naked, on a gurney in intensive care. And I hear somebody saying, let me see him, let me see him. And he said, related? And Fran said, yeah, he's my brother. So they let him
Brother
in.
from another mother.
Let him in.
Yeah.
I'm laying there, nothing but this red bandana on, you know.
Oh, you still got the bandana
Oh,
on?
yeah. I don't know why. And then Deanie, his brother, pops in there. And I said, this bandana sucks. I said, it about killed me. He goes, no, that bandana saved your life. And then I fell asleep again. And then about a day later, or whatever, this was a Sunday night, I woke up and I said, I need a phone call to make to my boss will make it to work today. And when they said, we don't have phone in intensive care. And I said, they said, where do you work? And I told them I work at I-90 Diesel or whatever I was working at the time. And they said, they must already know, here's some flowers. And I said, what day is it? Tuesday. I think I got out on Thursday or something. Yeah.
They're fun to laugh about now.
Yeah.
But that thing is like a punctured lung and some broken ribs, concussion. Well, back then with Army streaks, but I broke them. They weren't real good ones.
Oh, yeah.
My right arm got out on top of the cage and rolled over that thing and broke my right elbow. That's probably the worst.
Yeah,
You
he got
know,
busted up on that one because he crashed hard. I remember that.
Fran?
Going right. Oh, I don't know. Crashed hard at Rock Rapids a couple times. Madison, Houston's have banged off the walls many times there. Probably one of the worst ones. I wasn't really a crash. Blew a motor in Jackson, and it was just a ball of fire. I always remember that time. Remember that picture of Vance Peterson?
Yeah, Vance with the nitro, when he had nitro.
You saw the silhouette of the car inside the flames. Well, mine, it blew up. I was coming off of turn 4 at Jackson, and I was up high coming off. And I stayed up there because there was cars behind me. We were running like 4th or something. Blew that motor. And when I finally got it stopped over in turn 1, I bailed out. I didn't have to take a seatbelt off.
Oh, really?
Nothing.
All burned
Everything
off
was all
already?
burned off.
Oh, shit.
Whole outside of my suit was burned off. Yeah.
Did you get burnt bad yourself then?
No,
or?
never got burned.
Really?
No.
Damn.
Wow.
It's just.
Had that red bandana on.
Must have.
I
You know, we always bought good stuff. I mean, I'd buy a new helmet every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'd buy
New
new
suits.
fire suit every year. We'd have 2 or 3 different ones with your racing. You know, you should have another one. But we always wear underwear and that kind of stuff with the socks and everything else.
Yeah.
Now I see a lot of guys later, they just have their t-shirt on and put their fire suit on, you know. And you know what, till you get burnt, you know, it's gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, we always had the best of the stuff we could get every year.
Yeah.
What'd you do with all the old stuff? You still have it all at home?
Well, I used my helmets, yeah, he was in the
I got
garage
a few
today.
helmets, but
I got
maybe
helmets,
a
I
suit.
probably kept 7 of the helmets, I got 2 or 3 of the fire suits, that kind of stuff, but, ain't really worth nothing, but they're worth more to me to look back at, you
Yeah.
know, but,
That's awesome.
Yeah, that burning got to be one of the worst things. I remember Barger burnt real bad one time
Yeah.
at Huset's.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember, I thought his fuel cap came off or something.
Yep.
Well, Gary had that too, Zitterich.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gary
I
had one. He was
remember
telling us
that.
about that.
Yep.
Gary
I watched
said
the
too.
video of that one. He
Yeah.
jumped over the inside rail and everybody ran to the car and not him.
Yeah, he couldn't get out of that car. He couldn't stop the car because it burned the brake lines off.
Yep. Yeah, he
Couldn't
told us
stop
that,
it.
and he said too. He said there's none worse than when they're scraping that, getting cleaned up
Yeah.
afterwards.
I heard it's just miserable.
Just
yeah.
they just take a brush and scrub on it, and
he was trying to get out. He was
Yeah.
telling us he was trying to stand up all the time. Was something that he wasn't used
No,
to?
he had the
Was it
helmet restraint,
Staying on.
and the lap belt got twisted up in that or something. So every time he tried to get up or something, that was caught. We probably got the story wrong. Sorry, Gary, if you're listening. But yeah, it's something to do, I think, with the head restraint.
Something got caught, and then
And
it
it-
finally burned off,
then that
and
burned
he was
off,
able
and he
to
could
jump
get
out.
out.
I had a
Kind of
good
like
one.
you were saying.
I had one time where I wanted to get out in a hurry, and I think, I know what you mean, you just clip them on your left side.
Yep.
And I couldn't get out. I said, never again. So I stopped wearing them. I mean, I had a big enough neck where I could hold my head up and everything else like that, you know.
Yeah.
I just said, it ain't worth it.
I think when he took the laps off and the shoulder, he flipped them up. It wrapped around that
Oh, good.
'Cause that thing
head
goes,
restraint, and then he couldn't get out.
Yeah.
yeah, that thing goes right on top of your shoulder strap here, and it's last thing you hook up
Yep.
your helmet. And if you take them shoulder belts off, you can definitely get them tangled up in that thing.
Yeah.
I just got this. Well, I don't need this one word,
But you gotta remember, we didn't have the seats that they got
but
now,
no, it didn't.
you know.
It's been fine.
Let's see, what are we missing out on? There's a
What do you do for fun these days?
yeah. What do you guys do nowadays for fun? Legally, that is. David Zitterich wants to know. 'Cause you retired finally from working at the track, Rick.
Yeah, I did. Now I'm working part-time for my brother down in Lennox at D&D small engine repair. I'm a Walmart mechanic now and a small engine mechanic. I'm learning, man. Being a car mechanic all these years don't mean nothing when you work on a lawnmower.
When you work on a
They're a whole different breed of cat.
Well, you get good at it. I might have an issue by next spring with mine, because I had the gas blowing out the muffler the other day when I started my rider.
Should be more careful.
It didn't start on fire or nothing, but I ain't got much invested in it.
Other than that, I built that kind of funny way. Quit racing well. If I can build a race car in the wintertime, I can build a street rod in the wintertime or a hot rod.
Yep.
Well, 20 years later, it got done, about 5 years. It took me 20 years to get the thing done. Well, then we built it after we got done racing. We built a new house and got this, and the kids were growing up, and I kind of put the thing in the back burner. And here a few years back, like, you know what? They're getting rid of it or
Yeah,
whatever.
sell it or fix it.
Yeah, so I thought, it's kind of fun. So I get the thing done. And now I probably go to 4 or 5, 6, 7 car shows a year.
Yeah.
Me, my brother, my nephew will go to a few of them all, and just like cruising around. About 3 weeks ago, I think I took it out. It's pretty out here. I only put like 300 miles on a year.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's fun to drive around town, and this and that. It's
People look.
it's no
Yeah.
hot rod. I mean, people think you got a real.
Oh, yeah.
I want to make something dependable,
Something you can drive.
something that
Yep.
does not going to break on you all the time. I can turn the key and drive it.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of what I do in my spare time, and I kind of mess around. I got a big slot car track. I make little slot cars. I was showing Fran before he came over, and I have more fun making them than I do racing them, but they're kind of fun. And
What size slot cars are them? They're the real little ones?
Yeah.
Or?
They're HO, yeah.
Yep.
I made one, Fran. I made one of his, a replica of his, one of mine, one of Chuck McGilvery's, one of Tommy James, the directors. I got one of his, and I got all these.
Yeah.
They're fun. I have more fun making them than I do racing.
Sure. Well, you don't want to race them and break them when you race them.
When they go fast, you crash.
Yep. Well, we played with them. Me and his brother, we had a lot of them back in the day when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, we had to have 15 different cars.
But I got close to 300 of them.
Oh, at least.
Maybe we better ride up
You're
someday.
gonna have to go check it out.
We're gonna have to.
He's got tons.
Oh, I got a carnival in the background. I got a picnic table. I got a Dairy Queen in there. I got all these
Yep.
little buildings and all this stuff. And it's pretty neat.
So you got, it's like instead of a train set, like everybody builds them
Yeah.
train sets with the towns, you
Yeah,
made a racetrack.
It's with the other towns and stuff in
Town and
there.
everything in it.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
oval or the race or a road
I
track?
was gonna make an oval. I might switch over to oval. It's a road race deal. I got long straightaways. Not real hard to drive, but
Yeah.
I thought oval would get boring maybe
Yeah.
because I did that for many years, going round and round.
Yep.
I'll do something different this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But you're still snowmobiling and stuff, ain't you?
No, I haven't been snowmobiling for a few years.
Mm.
So, we got some go-karts, the
Okay.
racing go-karts. Between, there's about 3 or 4 of us. We got about 12 go-karts. So we just run the, Predator motors in them, and
Yep.
I got a racetrack right at. I got an acreage and got a
Got
racetrack.
a racetrack in the backyard.
Yeah.
Same thing we did out at Fulkins all them
Yeah.
years. We did it out there
It's all
too.
banked and
Yep.
watered. I got a water,
Yeah, we had
wagon with a water pump on
we had a barrel in the back of an old Ford pickup. You could just we had a spray bar on the
Ah.
back and open. We even bought flags. We
Yeah.
had flags.
Really?
Oh yeah, we were high tech.
Right uptown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got all that too.
Yep, that's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it is.
We
It's
had a
good time.
blast with it.
My grandson, he likes to do it, and you know, my daughter, and you know,
Yep.
we just have a bunch of guys. And we'll have a day where we just come and do it all day.
Yep,
You know.
we did it every Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
We'd race until 4 o'clock, 4:35,
Then go to Houston.
and then run home and shower quick and head to Houston.
Houston, huh? Yeah.
But yeah, I'd hate to guess. Brian Baker used to race back in the day, run sprints, and then he'd come out. He was doing go karts. He'd come out there, and I asked him one time. He raced. I think it was in Sibley at a track. He run the series over there, and I said, "How much you get to race over there?" And I want to say they ran like 2 8-lap heats and like a 12 or 15-lap feature, and that was their night. And I'm like, holy shit, we run a whole season on a Sunday afternoon. You know,
Yeah.
the shit we had to wear out, you know.
Yeah.
I remember one time Steve decided to have a dry slick day. I'd been running the same Burris dirt tires all.
Really?
I made it 2 races. Them tires were bald in
Bald.
the baby's ass and they were done.
Yeah.
And put on some old Goodyear slicks we bought from somebody that were hard as a rock, but they worked pretty good on a dry slick track after they warmed up. But let's see.
Got a couple more, and then maybe we'll hit them up with some rapid fire.
Don't want to keep them here all night, I suppose, do we?
You
Yeah.
seen this picture yet? Back when we were kids?
Let's see. How's it look on the picture, bud?
You gotta give me a second.
I know,
This
you gotta
is
catch up.
offline.
Have you caught up?
No.
Holy crap. How far behind is he? Am I caught up?
There you go.
Is that good?
But 1987, I think. wasn't
Yeah.
it?
it
Little
was
bit higher.
87.
Okay.
You're good. They'll see it.
87?
Yeah.
We gotta have you guys sign that before you leave. And you gotta sign our door too. We make all the drivers sign the door before they leave.
All right.
Well,
That's just something we gotta do. Okay.
we got James Gardner and I think Steve Bellinger.
Okay. James wants to know your biggest influence of each of you in your careers. Did you have somebody that you kind of looked up to or somebody you learned from or anything like that? Or
My biggest influence was my dad.
Yep.
I was only young when he died, you know, but I wanted to race because of him, you know. And many guys would follow along, you know, over the years. Wolfgang, he was a big one, you know, and just you kind of judge people by how they act when they get in the race car.
Yep.
If you too meet, it can be kind of jerks when you're out, you know, but they're nice guys. They race good when they get out, they're kind of different. But Doug always had a good mentality, you know, that kind of stuff too.
Some of them, their attitude changes once they put the helmet on too. They're a
Yeah.
different person.
Yep.
Yeah.
It goes both ways, I suppose. Fran, you have anybody?
When I first started, I mean, this guy here is one that really turned me around because I was ready to give up after that first year, and that's when we went to Rock Rapids. He said, "You gonna go to the?" It was then they had the Rock Rapids Nationals, remember?
Okay.
And he says, "You go." And I says, "Nah." I says, "I'm tired of crashing and everything. I ain't gonna do that." And that's when him and Dan Wildrider came down there, and that's the first time I ever that week or that race that night we went actually fast and went forward, and then the next night at Madison.
Okay.
If it wouldn't have been for that, I'd have quit.
Been hung her up.
Yeah.
Won all them track championships.
Yeah.
Okay. Steve Ballinger says, tell both of them hi, 2 of the cleanest, top-notch drivers back in the day. I did finally beat Fran at the last 410 points race at the fairgrounds with the 1 MC car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gary's listening. He said correct.
Yep.
We not having stories right. By God, look at that, bud. We remembered something.
I know.
That's
So-
the thing.
Yeah, that don't happen every day that we get it right. We have ideas in our head. We got a really cool picture hanging up there from Gary too. That a lady made a bunch of pencil art pictures of it, a bunch of his
yeah.
different cars and stuff.
That's neat.
He brought us one of them when he come down. I thought that was really cool, so we had to hang that up too. So, anyways, you want to do the rapid fire questions now, bud? You're gonna have to ask them. We're gonna have to turn it.
No, I'll get them.
Okay.
Oh,
These are tough questions,
These are hard.
fellas, but they're just fun.
We'll start here and then go there next. Okay. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
that's vanilla
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
with caramel.
With caramel.
See, now we're changing a little bit here. Right? It's vanilla. Then we gotta add caramel.
Cat or dog person? Or neither?
I would say dog.
Dog.
Do you have any hobbies other than racing? I mean, obviously you said those little stock cars.
Flat car stuff and
Go-karts.
Just those go-karts.
No golfers?
No.
You said you rode a lot of snow, but did you like go out to the mountains and ride them and
we-
stuff?
Yeah, we did for years and years and years.
So you had the
Just
big
getting
sleds.
old now. It's too hard on you.
Yeah.
Now you got to trail ride more.
Yeah.
This one's kind of tough when it's on the spot, but favorite movie? If you can't think of one, that's no problem. Because when I get, mine is always just Cars. I always like
Yeah.
that movie the best. But
American Graffiti.
Yeah.
That's an old classic, ain't
Yep.
it?
And the Wizard of Oz, too. I like them both.
The old Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the new ones.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
yeah,
I collect it, and I got a bunch of figurines and stuff in the house. I'm showing him. But,
yeah. Do you prefer snow or rain?
boy.
Neither?
Neither. Well, when I was snowmobiling, I liked snow, but
You know,
yeah. Neither, because I'm tired of the mud.
I'd say maybe rain, because I get tired of shoveling, too.
Yeah.
Yep. If you're stranded on an island, is there a certain type of music or anything that you would need to have playing?
what do you listen to on the radio?
Anything. Your
Yeah.
country,
I'm-
rock.
I'm more rock.
Into rock and roll, the old stuff in the
Yeah,
70s and
the old
80s.
Yep. There you go.
Back to the 50s.
This is important for Tobe and I. So, is there a favorite place that you go out to eat that Tobe and I don't know about?
That you don't know about?
Almost everybody says Texas Roadhouse, but what do you guys
You got
have
a
a
favorite
favorite
place
place to
to go
go
out to
to?
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster.
Oh, yeah. I like Inca.
Inca.
Where's that at?
Across from Best Buy, it's a Mexican place.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a new one.
You'd like that.
yeah, absolutely. Do you have a favorite holiday?
I would say probably Christmas.
It's always fun with the grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Christmas. My grandkids weren't close by anymore, but yeah, probably Christmas or Thanksgiving. Anytime you get a day off is my favorite holiday.
There you go. How many speeding tickets do you have?
Haven't had one in years.
There you
Really?
go.
That's
Yeah,
good.
That's good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's been about a couple years for me.
Yeah. It's been years and years and years.
Like Lance DeWeese said, he would get
Oh,
12 a year.
something
Oh,
like
really?
that, yeah.
Really?
He said he could fill up a whole side of his garage with speeding
Really?
tickets.
I'm like, how the hell do you keep your license?
What's the fastest you've ever driven down the highway or been in the car with someone?
140.
One in.
I had a Camaro, 71 Camaro, and I put her to the pedal and I said, "Hey, we might want to slow down a little bit." Why? Looks over, 140.
I think mine was probably 120 to a Dodge Coronet. I stripped the whole thing out. Think of me and my brother going down the highway in lawn chairs. 120.
In lawn chairs?
Yeah, well, you go past Keith, but there's a long, now there's like Red Rock Gardens are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whole long straightaway there. What did we do? 120. We're both in lawn chairs, we had no front seats in the car.
Yeah, that,
Obviously no seatbelts involved or nothing then.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
what's your favorite drink or go-to beverage?
I drink Coke Zero.
There you go. I'm a Diet Coke guy, so
I'll drink an energy drink every now and then, but I don't drink too much pop or nothing. I just drink a lot of water.
last one. If you won the lottery, money was no issue. Is there something you've always wished you could own? A pickup, a car, a mobile
32
home?
Ford Coupe American Graffiti.
Say it one more time,
Oh,
louder.
32 Ford Coupe American Graffiti.
The yellow one?
Yep,
Yep.
it's my dream.
Really. I'd probably buy a new pickup or something, or buy a nicer hot rod. The thing I get about these hot rod deals, though, I go to these car shows and stuff, I'll go and ask her, hey, how'd you build this? I don't know, I bought it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They all bought. Yep.
And mine's all hand-built, you know, and every nut and bolt on there and everything else, you know, but yeah.
Well, that's kind of like when we first started racing, though. Look at all the stuff we used to build.
Oh, yeah,
We
we
built
go,
everything.
we go up to Fran's place on a weekend, during the week, whatever. If he had a guy who was a plumber and he had this guy who could bend metal.
Oh,
We'd go up there, my guys would take, I'd take three of my guys would have a little pit crew, and he had a jig made up. After 2 nights, we'd have 3 top wings apiece and 4 front wings, and that'd be good enough for all year. And we probably had $200 in the whole thing. I mean, nowadays we're at $1,100 for a wing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would go up there, it'd be a wing night, I'd go up to Madison twice a week and would bring all my guys and we'd just assemble them wings with popper and everything, and we'd have wings the whole year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, we couldn't afford to buy them. We had to build a lot of that stuff.
We built a lot of stuff.
I remember all those front hubs and stuff. Remember when we used to get those Ford front spindles?
Oh, yeah.
Off the old Ford pickups. Jeez.
Build your own front axles that way.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what we used for a spindle, and then the steering arms were homemade and everything. Oh.
Everything was. We make our own radius rods and everything.
That's awesome.
Back in the day.
Yep. There it is.
There it is.
We had to play it. I can still remember it playing in the pits.
Every night.
Yep.
That's an old classic song. But I had to play a little bit because I had looked her up, so it was still on Google.
Oh.
Well, damn it, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I'm sure we could have spent a little more time here, but you boys gotta get home yet.
Oh, yeah.
So we really appreciate you coming by. This has been a blast.
Now, next time we know how to get here.
Yeah.
If we drove around the whole town of Leicester, Iowa.
Well, that only took 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, but there, it's pretty dark out. We couldn't see the street numbers, signs or
We'd actually
nothing.
pull up and drive and look at their street, at their house number, to see where the hell we're even at.
Hey, I want to shout out to my nephew. He won the points championship at Houston's.
Oh, yep,
Chris
yep.
Ellingson.
Yep, you
Yeah,
did.
that's awesome. That's
On the
awesome.
street stocks.
Yep.
Yep.
You bet.
Nothing wrong with that. So anyways, thanks again, fellas. We really appreciate you coming down, and maybe we'll do this again sometime. Maybe we'll do it next summer when the sun's out and you can find the place.
That'd be good. That'd be a better idea yet.
Alrighty. Are we out, bud?
Yep.
I ain't got to log us out over there yet, but then we're done.
Thank you. That was fun.